I'm Sasan Kesravi with Proteus Debate Academy. It's 2 Minute Tuesday, and we're talking about using precedents as evidence. So, evidence is always something that we measure in the present, right? We don't have access to anything in the future or the past. So, what we do is we use conjecture to draw conclusions either about the past, like these bones used to belong to dinosaurs, and the more conjecture an argument relies on, the less strong it is. So we use precedents as one of the ways that we can have conjecture, because we always need it, but it's pretty good conjecture. And the conjecture that you're making is that something that has happened one way before will happen the same way again, given that the circumstances are similar enough. And that can be before in the past or is happening right now somewhere else. And this is useful because if you just look up increasing the minimum wage will increase unemployment, you'll probably find something that says that. If you look up it'll decrease unemployment, you'll also find that. But the odds of both of those things having happened before in the precedents is much lower. And so the precedents will favor one side more strongly than the other. There's some benefits to doing this. I think it gives more persuasive links, sort of like what I was talking about. It just relies less on conjecture, but also it gives you easier metrics because you can make comparisons. For example, this happened. Say you want to talk about what's happening in Kashmir right now and potential for human rights abuses. If you talked about what happened in Syria and you can make a similar enough comparison, you can do a population comparison between Kashmir and Syria and say the same portion of the population might be affected, which would mean like 8 million Kashmiri people. Whereas otherwise you'd have no real evidence citing anything because it hasn't happened yet. You can't say how many people in Kashmir would be affected by this. And it also helps in the research and writing phase because it helps you to learn about what happened in a previous instance or in an instance somewhere else, and it might give you some ideas about the benefits or the detriments to doing something that you hadn't considered before you looked at the precedents.